Colonel Lysenko with the new information. What's going on now in the eastern part of Ukraine. We'll share this information with you. You have the floor. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Over the last day, the militants continue to shell the position of the ATO forces, practically along the whole line of delineation. Especially intensive continue to be the armed provocations on the part of militants in the Yasinuvatska district of Donetsk region near the village of Pitski, Opitne, Vodine, and Tonenke. And also they actively use mortar launchers and the artillery multi-rocket launchers and tanks. Near Mariupol, in Mariupol direction, they increased the number of the military equipment, armaments and personnel of the adversary for the purpose of possible attack on Mariupol. Provocations near the Shirokino continue. The militants used the mortars, grenade launchers and the firearms and shelled the position of ATO positions 10 times and had an attempted attack. In the Debaltsevsky direction, the ATO forces carry out the regrouping and take the new defense lines. In Lugansk region, Russian terrorist groupings were active and shelled using the Grad, shelled the Popasna and the checkpoint of our forces. According to operational information, since the beginning of 2015 in the Debaltsevsky direction, Ukrainian military forces actually liquidated 2,911 militants and Russian military guys, over 40 tanks, more than 90 armored vehicles, and about 30 multi-rocket launchers. And after the declaration announcement of the regime of ceasefire, on the 15th of February, they eliminated 868 persons, 8 tanks, 11 armored vehicles, and 4 multi-rocket launchers. Over the last day, they registered the flight of 16 unmanned aerial vehicles in Mariupol, Donetsk, and Lugansk directions. The majority of the drones appear in the sky for 30 minutes after the shelling. One Ukrainian guy was killed and 40 were wounded. As a result of the shelling in Lugansk region, partially disconnected from the gas supply are 7 settlements in partial Popasna and Stanitsa Luganska. At the same time, in the region, they have this. They continue to carry out the repair restoration works. The Ukrainian court actually punished the pro-Russian bandit in Zaporizhia. He was sentenced to 9 years of imprisonment, and this is the rebel nicknamed Kaban, who was the leader of the one of the DPR gang, who had to continue the subversive actions in the Zaporizhia region. May I remind you that during the detention of this militant in August last year, they found one grenade, some card, and also files with the photographs of the, let's say, tortures of Ukrainian militaries. In Odessa region, they actually revealed and stopped the spy activities of one citizen. In Kiev, in one of the private enterprises which provides the topographic and printing services, they actually confiscated 2,000 leaflets which were planned to be spread with the purpose of provocation. Also, SBU personnel, together with the Ministry of Interior officers, detained 3 militants of the gang DPR gang who tried to go through the Ukrainian checkpoints in Mariinsk district of Donetsk region. Also, they found the Kalashnikov with the cartridges in the grenade launcher GP-25. Also, they found those so-called military cards with the issued by the DPR firm. On February 19, in Artemivsk, the representative of the regional and the municipal authorities actually visited the Ukrainian military guys who managed to leave the Debaltsevsky, and also they provide them with the foodstuff, mattresses, blankets, and the hygienic kits. The Federal Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, after conducting talks with the President of Francois Hollande, declared in Paris that all the peaceful agreements regarding Ukraine have to be fulfilled as soon as possible. Otherwise, Russia will face no sanctions. Sanctions is not the goal, but the possibility. That's why we can raise this issue in the European Council. Today, in the Mikhailivska Square in Kiev, they opened the exhibition of the proofs and evidence of the Russian aggression on territory of Ukraine. This exhibition shows the examples of the trophy armaments, and the military equipment the Russian make, and our military guys managed to take from their enemy Donbass. The access to that exhibition is free of charge. Your questions, please. Alexander Balkov, Yemir Shimbun. I have the question regarding the prisoners of war. The Minsk agreement said that the process of exchange of prisoners of war must be completed on the fifth day of after the withdrawal of the heavy weaponry. So this is actually this day. If not, if I'm not mistaken, why they changed the date? The beginning of the exchange of the prisoners of war, Ukrainian side was prepared to do that even before the signing of the Minsk accords or agreements. Meaning that the Minsk accords or the agreements which were signed by the parties on February 12th. The matter is that the militants all the time change their conditions and terms. They either refuse to do that or changing all the time different locations, demonstrating their seemingly the wish to do that exchange, but the exchange never takes place. Also, they cancel the format everybody for everybody, all for all. They always, again, I repeat myself, they change all the time the terms and conditions. And once again, I said the Ukrainian side is prepared to do that any moment. We have prepared the lists and the people we are prepared to return to the militants. But anyway, we are waiting for the response from our enemy, and we hope that they will do that as soon as possible. So far, they did not do anything about that. First, I have several questions. Number one, of statistical nature. Do you know either in information how many Ukrainian military or servicemen were killed or wounded since the beginning of the truce from February 15? We do not have that information yet since that date. The matter is there are several dozens of the fighters, our servicemen who were declared as missing in action. We do not know whether they're been taken prisoners or they're killed or wounded, so we cannot give you the exact figure now. Do you have any information regarding that the Ukrainian servicemen maybe are entrapped somewhere or cannot get out of some of the places or locations or territories? Maybe they need some kind of assistance or help, whatever. The information about those who are reported missing in action, we don't have that complete information. It's a possibility some of our guys are located in some neutral territory and so far could not get to our territory. So we hope that this will be the case. Speaking about some locals in Donbass, is there any information how many people left that territory? Are they living or do not live in the occupied territory? And number two, is there any information about the military equipment of the personnel coming from the Russian Federation to Ukraine? If so, through which checkpoints, either disorganized manner or not? They actually, whenever we have the clear data, confirmed data, we speak about that. But just to answering the question, this happens every night. They cross the border in small groups, and actually we observe the activity of our enemy in the southern direction. Near Novozovsk, where also the military equipment, militants, and ammunition go through that territory or come to that territory. Are there any other questions? Speaking about the movement of the persons from that area, these data are available with the emergency service. They did not provide us this data today. Actually, since Monday till Friday included, the representative of the on Monday usually the representative of this emergency service always here with us, so we can get that information. Thank you very much for your attention, and the day is over for today. Thank you.